So, how's the new Toyota Tacoma doing? You know, I mentioned in previous videos like this that I was going to give you periodic health reports on this new truck, particularly since it's a redesign, a rebuild. So let's get into it. First of all, what I'm in is a 2024 Toyota Tacoma TRD Sport. It is the two-wheel drive. You can go ahead and comment all you want about two-wheel drives not being trucks. Matter of preference and needs, right? But nonetheless, that's what it is. It is in the fantastic supersonic red, an awesome color for this truck. You know, when I got the truck, I wanted something that was a little bit more eye-catching, right? Something that was gonna stand out. And I think I achieved that when I got the truck. So let's talk about paint right off the top. Paint so far for me, in the few times that I have actually washed the truck, because, you know, I don't like washing trucks, but it has been pretty darn good as far as I can tell. I don't have any chips or nicks or anything weird in the paint, with the exception of one area. When I took the rear tail light off on the driver's side, I think I kind of scraped the paint right at the edge of where the tail light is, and you can see a little bit of white, a little bit of clear coat. Now, that's my fault, although I was careful. I can't say that I didn't touch it. Obviously I did, unless of course that little imperfection was there from the beginning. I really can't say either way, but since I pulled the light, I'm gonna take the blame for it. It's my fault. Otherwise, no issues with paint work. That has been a point of contention with the new Tacoma for quite a while. Let's talk about quirks. I have had a couple of quirks. I had a message pop up on the screen briefly, so brief that I couldn't even read what it was. I just saw it pop up on the screen one time when I was sitting in my driveway and went into reverse. It was kind of odd. I don't know what it was. The truck felt a little weird, but it went away. I went back to park. Of course, the message went away as soon as I went to park, and I did that almost immediately when I noticed something pop up on the screen. I don't know why. I wish I would have waited and actually read the message, but I didn't. Nonetheless, it was one time, haven't had anything like that happen again, and for all I know, it was just a normal message alerting me to something behind the truck or something like that. I really don't know. Secondly, and this happened recently, I pulled up to my garage, and I was rather close to the garage door. I mean, I didn't hit it or anything, and this high-pitched tone went off, and it didn't stop. I shut the truck off. It still continued. I restarted the truck, I went to drive, I went to reverse, and it still continued. And for a few seconds, I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. As it turns out, it was the dash cam right up there. For some reason, I don't know if it had an error or if maybe it sensed the garage door so close to the front of the truck. I'm not exactly sure, but there was a tone that went off. And once I figured it out, I hit the power button on the unit itself, and it went away. So for some reason, the dash cam went off. I'm not exactly sure what the heck happened, but it was a quirk. It was weird. And again, I'm going to give you guys all of the information as it happens with this truck. So that was a strange thing. As far as the mechanics of it, how it's running, all that kind of stuff, no issues with it whatsoever. It's been spot on, no check engine lights, no problems, nothing weird. Everything has been the way that you would expect a new vehicle to be, even when it's a redesign or a brand new model. Nothing odd, nothing weird. So I'm very happy about that. I have not had to go back to the dealer to do anything or have anything corrected. Now, let's talk about fuel economy, because it seems to be wavering for me. Right now, looking at the screen, I'm getting 17.7 miles per gallon. That is a 0.3 mile per gallon reduction compared to the 18 miles per gallon that I was getting when I first got the truck. Kind of strange, because you I've always been told that as a truck breaks in, it's actually going to increase when it comes to fuel economy, right? Now, a little asterisk to that, or caveat, I guess. I did, of course, install the pedal commander, and I'm not blaming the pedal commander for any problems. I'm blaming my foot. It's more enjoyable with the pedal commander on the truck to kind of get on the gas once in a while. It just gives you that little kind of extra oomph, right? Feels like it opens the truck up even more. And that's saying something, because this new truck, when it comes to acceleration, is awesome as is. It's pretty darn good. The pedal commander just kind of dials it in a little bit more, allows you to get a little bit more out of it, and it's enough to make it worthwhile, in my opinion. And speaking of the pedal commander, no issues, nothing weird with that. You know, it is on a new truck for me, a redesigned truck with new systems and stuff. I haven't had any check engine lights or anything pop up on the screen, so nothing weird when it comes to that. Let's talk about fit and finish on the inside. You know, a lot of people have made comments about the inside being cheap, that it's full of plastic. Well, there is a lot of plastic in here, but there's a lot of plastic on every vehicle, isn't there? Unless you go really luxury high-end trim and get, you know, wood grain and super soft cushion surfaces. It's kind of the way that it is. I don't think the Tacoma is any worse than any other truck out there. And as far as the quality of them, everything has been spot on, except for that little glove box issue. I did have to put a couple of little, we'll call them door closer tabs. I don't know what you call them. Those little stick-on cushion things like you use in your cabinets in your kitchen. I put a couple of those on because the door did not seem to be closing the way that it should, or tight enough, and I was getting a rattle noise out of that. No issues since I did that. It is probably the only bona fide thing that I think Toyota needs to address. You know, you shouldn't have that in a glove box, particularly on a brand new truck. I do think that Toyota will address it, and I don't know that it's a widespread problem, because I've had reports from other people out there telling me that they don't have the issue. So I really don't think it's any big major problem, and it's pretty minor. And let me say, if that's the only thing that I ever have to address in the new Tacoma, that will make me very happy, because it's really very minor. Lastly, let's talk about ride comfort. You know, we have a whole new setup in the rear end, a whole new suspension setup, and I have to say, still loving that. This truck is so smooth now, particularly compared to the 3rd gen. It's doing well, and I bring it up in the health check on the Tacoma because sometimes after things settle, they get a little bit stiffer, things change. Haven't noticed any of that in the new Tacoma. Still rides just like it did when I first got it, which is super smooth. Anyway, that's it. I'm very happy with the truck. No issues with it. It does everything I want it to do. It's got power. It's comfortable. It seems to be at least on par with quality and reliability when it comes to the 3rd gen, and I think Toyota did a fantastic job. Leave a comment if you've got the 4th gen, the 2024 Tacoma. What's your experience with it? Any issues? And how do you like it so far? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.